Hey guys, welcome to the Southwick 2022 JDay, and it's the last JDay of the year. I'm Ryder Sigety, and here's my dad.
Hi, I'm Ryder's dad, Mike.
So as you can see, I kind of took a really outside line, and right here, I didn't know if I should go left, right, and the left line wasn't looking too appetizing at the time that I had to make the decision. So I ended up taking a line all the way to the right, but it wasn't very good. As you guys could tell, I lost a position, but it's all right because right now we're in 5th, and hopefully we'll make our way through the pack.
So if you're not familiar with JDays, it's a 5-minute lap and a little over 5 minutes, close to 6, and they'll do 5 laps total, I believe. And it's by 1/2 woods, 1/2 moto track on the Southwick National Motocross track, which is really, really cool.
If these trees, guys, look really tight and scary that I might hit one, they are. It's not just a video, because it was definitely even though the track is really wide, when you get into these woods, the trees are really tight.
Yeah, more so coming up. This is kind of the open section. And one thing I forgot to mention is there's always an extreme section. And one thing about the extreme section, a few people are able to double jump the logs. And if you don't quite make it, you're going to go nose first and over the handlebars.
Yeah, as you guys see here, I followed Jigs into the first one, and I did pretty good. And there's also an option to hit the second one, but I'm pretty sure that nobody hit it because it was a little far-fetched. It was a pretty big jump.
And he just passed the wall ride on the left, which they used every year up till this year because they said it's starting to fall apart.
Yeah. They also have a new owner of the series, and he's starting to change things up.
So this is the end of the wood section. Now you're coming, you'll get a good shot of the motocross section. And this is the same moto track that they use for the National Series. And take a look at how smooth the track is now compared to the second moto.
Right now, this track is like a dream. And then you'll see the second moto. I was saying this to my dad. The whole track was a whoop section in the second moto, but the track doesn't even have a whoop section. It just got really bad.
So Ryder is still riding a 85cc motor where you can run up to a 112cc motor. And why are you still running that 85, Ryder?
Because you haven't made me one yet?
Well, that's partially true. But the other part is that we are going to be racing 85 again in GNCC next year, so I want you to get as used to that motor as possible. And 9 out of 10 times it never is an issue for you. You still get great hole shots, but what happens when you get to the thick sugar sand like this?
Yeah, the thick sugar sand, the big motor definitely helps out because, well, your bike having a lot more power is definitely helping.
Yeah, I raced also, and I can tell you that it sucks the power out of your bike, these hills, especially as the day goes on and they get kind of wet.
Yeah. Right now, I'm the only person, the top 3 kids are on 105s, and I'm the first person on an 85.
That is true. That is true. So if you like these videos, if you don't mind, if you can please like and subscribe to them, and if you want to see some more bar banging highlight action, check out some of our other videos, especially our GNCC videos. This is one of those sections where I thought, man, the trees were tight and a little bit scary, and actually somebody did fall in front of me and got wedged between some trees pretty bad.
Yeah, oh. There's Ryan. Ryan Amancio, he fell down and just got up. He was leading the race, and now he's in 3rd.
Which puts you in 4th, right?
Yep, I was in 4th either way.
Mm-hmm. And then we have another kid crash coming up soon. Check it out, you'll see. And not only does he crash, but then we have your crash in here too. So there's a lot of crashing going on.
Yeah. Right now I'm feeling really good, and Ryan and I are starting to catch back up to Kyle a little bit. But you'll see soon, Ryan and I both move up a position when Jigs falls. Sorry, when Jigs falls right here. You'll see him on the right side of the screen. Thankfully though, Jigs was all good, and he got up right away and made his way back through the pack also.
I think he was actually getting up in that video, which was hard to see because you only got a glimpse of him. But yeah, these trees are definitely tight together, and there's leaves and there's hidden little stumps and stuff. So a lot could go wrong in here.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's Ryder Sigaty's Instagram handle, so if you want to check him out there, you can also chat with him there if you want.
Yeah, thank you. And guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. But right here, I don't know what happened, but I
Oof.
completely messed that up. I mean, I must have hit the single wrong, and I just kind of leaned back too far, and I almost like went backwards over the bike, but thankfully I was fine. So, moving on, I made up a little bit of time on Kyle, I think, and Ryan moved into the lead. So right now Ryan's in first, I'm in second.
Third.
Ryan's in first, Kyle's in second, I'm in third, and Jigs is in fourth right behind me. Until this happens, I come around this corner and I tuck the front end and get thrown over the bars. Jigs goes by me right there, and I start the bike up, but just barely in time. And also, who passing me?
I don't know, but you get past quite a bit coming up. Look
Yeah.
how thick that sugar sand is in that turn, though. It looks like it is fun, no doubt, but wow, it is really thick, wet sand. They were watering it all day on Saturday, so it's hard.
And then
Oh,
I
boy.
fall in the very next corner. That was pretty good on my part, right? I'd say so. And I cannot start my bike. And one of the main reasons I think because of this is we just tried a new jetting before this moto, and it was making the bike run a little rich, and I flooded it when I was trying to start the bike. But after about 2 minutes of struggling and moving back into 14th place, I got the bike started eventually. But I didn't know what was happening. I was there for 2 minutes, and for some reason I didn't take the extra like 2 seconds to put my goggles back on. I got roosted in the face by someone's sand after I started my bike and kept going.
So it is a nice thing to not be racing for points. Like, we don't do the JDay a lot, but you know, when you go up there, you always want to do the best that you can. But in a race for points, that would be very devastating. But in a race for fun, I mean, it still hurts your results for the day, but really just for the fun of it. So we still have one more race to have a good result. But that was too bad, because finishing third overall would have been a pretty good finish for you in the JDay. But instead, you finished where at this race?
I finished 11th. And as you guys can hear, I'm a little bit bummed that I finished there, but hopefully we're in Moto 2 and I can make up for it. So I get off to a pretty bad start again, and I take the outside again, because why not? And I go all the way out to the bad line the second time, because I'm pretty good at making the same mistake twice. But I end up getting out of the start in 5th again. Right now in front of me is in first Ryan, in second Jigs, in third Kyle, in fourth Camden Kraus, in fifth me.
So you recently had Factory Connection do some suspension work to your bike, and how's it feeling now compared to before they worked on it?
It's feeling so much better. Like I was bottoming out a lot before they worked on it, but we went up to their training facilities and we spent a day with them, and now it doesn't even feel like some of these sand whoops are here, but they're definitely here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but these are like huge whoops in some of the sections. Not right here, is a bad spot to talk about that, but when you guys come to the motocross track, make sure you guys stay to the motocross track because it's bad.
Yeah, so I raced only a half hour after you, Ryder, and I was shocked at how bad those whoops were. And what usually happens is people hit one and they jump and then create a divot in the next one, and that gets really bad.
Yeah. So coming up to the extreme section here, nobody was jumping the logs the second moto because the lip was gone.
Double jumping.
Yeah, but I wheelie that log and I get ahead of Camden, and I move into fourth.
And there's that wall ride again.
Yeah.
So it's really good spectating at these JDays because, again, it's like a 6-minute lap, and it kind of zigzags back and forth a lot. So if you want to move around, you can catch your rider 2 or 3 times a lap, which is way better than the typical off-road race.
Right here, I get a little swapped in the whoops, and Landon Neves, I think his last name is, passes me on the inside and kind of gaps me up that hill.
Man, that GoPro has such a fisheye lens that when he passed you, he looked like he had 3 more gears than you did.
Yeah.
Every time you go through this section, I just think of the guy I saw laying in between those trees. So scary.
And our friend Vince Caramana, he was going through those trees, and his bike got so swapped that his bike landed on one side of the trees, and he landed on the other, and there was too many people going by that he couldn't get to his bike because there was just a row of people.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. Your heart, I've never seen your heart rate so high when we checked your Garmin watch after the race.
Yeah. Right now, I'm kind of feeling like the fisheye lens makes it look like Landon is pretty far ahead of me, but I'm feeling like I can keep this pace. I'm trying to get around Landon because I was hoping for a 4th place because I feel like I could have gotten 3rd in the first one, and I'm kind of just like following him, not following him, trying to take different lines than him around this course.
That's right, because if you follow right behind someone, you'll never get around them if they start to slow down or make a mistake. So you constantly got to try different lines, waiting for the opportunity for someone to make a mistake.
Yeah, you always got to be like thinking ahead. So this race will probably be my last race of the season, and although we might do a winter snow series, that will be pretty cool. So make sure you guys subscribe and like for that. But since it might be our last race, we're going to be releasing some new videos soon. Do you want to talk about that, Dad?
Well, we're going to try to look into some how-to videos and see how that comes out. And we're also going to be looking into the Mud and Snow Scramble series, which we've never done before, where you race with studded tires up in the New York State area.
Yeah, so it should be an interesting winter. Right here, so we're kind of nearing the end of Moto 2. And I'm in 5th. We're on the last lap, so we have like a maximum of 3 minutes left in the race. And right here, Landon falls, and I pass him. You guys probably saw him on the left. So I just have like half a lap that I need to stay in 4th, or possibly make any new passes.
That's such a bummer for Landon to get passed so close to the finish like that, but that's exactly what happened to you in the previous race. It was the last lap on the moto track, and you got passed when you fell. Oh!
Right here, I saw Landon as we were like crossing paths, maybe 3-4 turns back, and I thought that he was gonna pass me there, but he actually wasn't as close as I thought. Maybe he made a mistake. I'm not really sure.
Just goes to show you never give up. It's not over till it's over.
Yeah. That definitely could have changed the result of the whole race.
So thanks a lot for watching, and hope you have a great winter, and we'd like to hear what you thought of this video and how we might be able to make them better.
Yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.